Hi, this is Martin. Al, this is a video about tracking boards. We've added this to the his system, and you should now be able to access it. We're going to run you through a video as to what this does for you. Okay, so let's begin. As usual, we'll run it. We recorded this earlier on Al's computer, and we'll take you through it. We'll stop and start as we go. All right.
So I think the first thing is, how do we access the tracking board? So we're moving through this quite quick, but let's pause it already. So if we look, we've got an icon at the top, or rather a drop down, and you can switch between your patient list and your tracking board. We're now on the tracking board.
Okay, that's this thing over here. Yeah, and it's going to default that way. So so people are going to notice this when they first log on. Actually, that the tracking board is there. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
okay.
right.
All right. Okay.
Okay, and we've also got the ward list. So much in the same way that you access the ward list on your patient list, you will access the ward list on your tracking board as well. So we still have the same list of patients for Aspel Ward. We're in a test environment, they're not real patients, but we have the same list on the tracking board as we would on the patient list. So if we carry on, we'll now talk about the content of the tracking board. If we look at the columns at the top, we've got a falls risk. We've got a falls risk, we've got a must score, we've got a Waterlow score, a VTE, and we've also got whether there are lab requests that are done, and we will have whether there are radiology results requested as well.
Okay. That's most of the bits and pieces that we're going to be doing actively on a patient. So we can see them at one glance. We can see what's happened with the patient, where they're up to, whether these things have been ordered, whether they've been done, whether they're completed. Yep.
Yep. Okay. So now, what we've done, we've clicked on a new patient on that list, and it's a patient that doesn't have any results. So we're looking at the falls risk. The reason why is because the falls, that's done in the nursing risk assessment, pulls through into the tracking board.
Okay, so on the patient before, when we were just looking at this a moment ago, there was a cross by the Waterlow score and the must score. Right? And when we've completed this, those should turn into a tick. Yep.
Yeah,
right.
it's a tick, and it's a value as well, isn't it? It's a numeric value for each score, except for the falls, because that doesn't have a numeric score value. So okay. We've got a value of 24 as the Waterlow, and I think I've clicked save.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Now there we go. Okay. All right. So now we have. What's that one there? Yeah. Okay. Now we have a green tick.
No, it's telling us. It's not yet pulled through. We stopped the video.
Oh, okay.
If we start it again, there is a delay. It's about been about 5-10 seconds for me, and there it's pulled through now. So
I see. Yep.
There we go.
So now we have a green tick telling us that we have completed the Waterlow and must score on that patient. Yep.
That's it. So where else does information pull through from? And the answer to that is if we want to look at the VTE score and
here. So
yeah, that's
VTE
right.
score over here.
And the visit reason, they will both pull through for the medical assessment document.
So let's go through a medical assessment document.
Yeah, let's click play again. Okay.
So enter a medical assessment document. This is the one we're trying to persuade everybody should have done at the point in time that you are first clocked in. If you have one of these done, it means that the VTE assessment is done effectively automatically for you. You can't save without doing it, and it's easier to do the prescription of the dalteparin if that's needed. Okay. The other thing to say about doing the medical assessment document is you don't have to complete it, as Al is doing at the moment. He's only put a couple of bits in. As you'll notice, he put in, at the beginning, he put in shortness of breath, or SOB, and then he did a VTE assessment. That's actually all that you need to do within it. You can do more if you want to. You don't have to. Okay. So the reason that he put it in at the beginning of the medical assessment document was shortness of breath, and there it is. It appears over here. Okay. And then the VTE assessment appears over here.
Okay. One other thing, so we've got two other columns, and they're labs and radiology. So we're simply going to do an FBC and do a radiology request.
Okay, and then we can see how those appear on the tracking board.
I'm sure you've all seen an FBC done before.
Well, hopefully you've seen.
Okay, I'm just filling in any value here just to get through the screen.
Which means roughly don't follow what he did.
Don't ever do what I do in terms of anything clinical.
Okay, there we go. All right, so it's now being entered. Okay, let's just pause that there, and so you now have the lab form which appears. Okay, and then if we scroll over the top of it like that, then you can see what has been ordered. So in this case, a full book count has been ordered. So we can scroll over and just see what's in the tab.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about how information pulls through into the tracking board. We're going to talk about the features that are at the bottom. We've got a refresh button, we've got a settings button, so we've got refresh every 60 seconds. Let's just put it to 30 for the sake of it. We've got some other buttons, but these may change, so don't read into them too much. But I think this button will be here, which is the quick launch documents. As you can see, we've got a big list of documents that are commonly used that will be in there, and you can navigate to them from there. That was a pop-up on the system that happened at the time. And we've also got the workflow management button as well. And I think we've seen the workflow manager before. If we go into it and select whatever it is we want to do, Royal Albert admission and discharges, it will tell you where certain documents are up to for that patient. So click on that, and then we're clicking on the bottom right. I think our little video is covering the bottom right icon there. But
shall we move ourselves? Hang on.
Yeah.
There we go. We'll move ourselves and we'll gently move the video back a fraction. Okay, and play again. There we go. Okay, so the bottom right, this button here is what we're looking
display
for.
board.
So you can move it to what would be a view for the wards. It makes more sense for the wards.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've
So we'll pause that. We're going
Yeah.
to get rid of this one again. Okay, and then there's a button at the top. So there's a settings button. Okay. And there was a button at the top. Let's just whiz ourselves back to it. Now, the button at the top here allows for a privacy setting that allows you to take away the names of the patients.
Takes away the names and replaces it with the patient initials. That's probably of good use, if you've got a big screen up on your ward.
If you're using it on the ward in a public place, that's what you're going to need.
Yeah.
Okay, that takes you through tracking boards. Broadly speaking, that's what you need in order to be able to start using tracking boards. We're going to be able to change them and make individual views for doctors, for nurses, for wards, for different situations. But just to begin with, that takes you through a tracking board as you need it and as you can use it. As you can see, it means that very quickly you can assimilate a whole load of information on a whole group of patients, usually a ward set of patients, and know what has been achieved and what hasn't been achieved for those group of patients. Hopefully, you'll find that useful. Thanks for watching.